The city of Lucknow holds a special place in my heart. I was born and raised in Kolkata. So when I took admission at IIM Lucknow and moved there, it was my first time living outside Kolkata. That was more than a decade ago, but I still miss Lucknow. There's a magic in the rich culture and the warmth of its people. So when I was thinking about what topic to choose for my next video, the history of Lucknow naturally came to mind. So let's get into it. During the Vedic times, Lucknow was part of the great kingdom of Koshal, ruled by the Ikshvaku dynasty, the ancestors of Lord Ram and Lakshman. One of the most enduring stories associated with Lucknow is its connection in the ancient Indian epic of Ramayana. According to the Ramayana, after Lord Ram returned to Ayodhya after his victory over Ravan, he gifted a portion of his kingdom to his loyal brother Lakshman. It is said that Lakshman chose the area that is today Lucknow to establish his capital. The place became known as Lakshmanpur or Lakhanpur after Lord Lakshman. Even today, this mythological account forms an integral part of Lucknow's identity. Later, an ancient Buddhist scripture, Anguttara Nikaya, mentions Koshal as one of the most powerful kingdoms among the 16 Mahajanapadas or warring kingdoms that thrived in North India between the 7th century and the 3rd century BCE. Being located at the heart of North India, Lucknow was part of the major empires that dominated the region in the ancient period. The Mauryas, the Shungas, the Kushans, and the Guptas, and other dominant players in the post-Gupta period. Between 1350 and 1555 AD, Lucknow and parts of the Awadh region came under the influence of the Delhi Sultanate and later the Sharqi Sultanate of Jaunpur. However, a significant growth in the importance of the city and a major cultural transformation began when the region came under the Mughals in 1555. Although Lucknow was not the primary seat of power during the Mughal period like Delhi or Agra, it was an important administrative and cultural center. The Mughal influence enriched the region's arts, literature, and culinary traditions, many of which continue to thrive in Lucknow today. By the 18th century, the Mughal Empire faced significant decline. As a result, regional powers such as the Nawabs of Bengal and the Nawabs of Awadh gained autonomy. Initially, the Nawabs of Awadh established their capital in Faizabad, but later, in the mid-18th century, they shifted their capital to Lucknow. Under Nawab Asaf-ud-Daula, Lucknow became the epicenter of Awadhi culture and arts. His reign from 1775 to 1797 is considered the golden age for the city. Asaf-ud-Daula is remembered for his patronage of the arts, architecture, and music, as well as his compassion for his people during times of famine. One of the most iconic architectural monuments at Lucknow, the Bada Imambara, was built under his reign. It's a sprawling complex that reflects the grandeur and the architectural sophistication of the Nawabi period. The monument, built in 1784, is famous for its central hall, which is one of the largest arched constructions without any support of beams. During the 18th and the early 19th centuries, Lucknow became known for its refined court culture, particularly in the fields of poetry, music, dance, and cuisine. The Nawabs were great patrons of the arts, and the court attracted artists, poets, musicians, and dancers from all over India and beyond. The Nawabi cuisine, which blends Mughal, Persian, and indigenous Awadhi elements, flourished during this period. Dishes like kebabs, especially Lucknow's iconic Kalawati kebab, the Lucknowi biryani, and korma became synonymous with the city's rich culinary heritage. The famous chicken curry, a form of delicate embroidery, also developed under the Nawabs. Among major architectural landmarks built during that time, apart from the Bada Imambara, are the Chota Imambara and the Rumi Darwaza, among others. By the end of the 18th century, the British East India Company began to exert their power on the Nawabs of Awadh. In 1773, the British appointed a resident ambassador at the court of the Nawab of Awadh, who increasingly began to interfere in the affairs of the kingdom. In 1801, Nawab Saadat Ali Khan II, a puppet king controlled by the East India Company, signed a treaty with the British, ceding half of his territory to them in exchange for protection. In 1856, under the pretext of misrule, the British formally annexed Awadh, deposing the Nawab, Wajid Ali Shah. Wajid Ali Shah, the last Nawab of Awadh, was exiled to Calcutta, now Kolkata. It is said that it was under him that the Kolkata biryani was born. His introduction of the potato or the aloo in the biryani is what has become a signature of the Kolkata biryani. The annexation of Awadh by the British caused widespread resentment among the people of Lucknow. This was a major contributing factor for one of the most significant chapters in the city's history, the Indian Rebellion or the Sepoy Mutiny of 1857, which was the first war of Indian independence. Lucknow became a major center of rebellion. The local population, along with Indian soldiers who had been employed by the British, revolted against the colonial rulers. The siege of Lucknow, which lasted from May to November of 1857, was one of the most dramatic and fiercely contested events of the rebellion. During the siege, British residents, including women and children, took refuge in the Residency, a fortified area in the heart of Lucknow. The siege was marked by intense fighting, with both sides suffering heavy losses. Eventually, British forces managed to relieve the siege and re-establish control over the city. But the rebellion left deep scars on Lucknow. Many of the city's landmarks, including the Residency, were heavily damaged during the fighting. The rebellion of 1857 was a pivotal moment in the history of India, as it marked the beginning of a more direct and authoritarian form of British rule. After the uprising, the British Crown took over the administration of India from the East India Company, and Lucknow became part of the British Raj. In the decades that followed the rebellion, Lucknow underwent significant changes under British rule. The city's infrastructure was modernized with the introduction of railways, roads, and educational institutions. The British also left their mark on the city's architecture, with several colonial-style buildings being constructed alongside the older Mughal and Nawabi structures. Lucknow witnessed several pivotal moments in India's struggle for independence in the early 20th century. In 1916, the Lucknow Pact was signed, where the Muslim League leaders agreed to join the Congress movement demanding Indian autonomy. In 1925, a train carrying money collected from taxes to be transferred to the British government was looted at Kakori, a village near Lucknow. The trials for this event, known in history as the Kakori Conspiracy, took place in Lucknow. Between the 1930s and 40s, Lucknow became a hub of political activity with leaders like Jawaharlal Nehru, Mahatma Gandhi, and Muhammad Ali Jinnah frequently visiting the city. After India gained independence in 1947, Lucknow became the capital of the state of Uttar Pradesh, the most populous state in India. The city has seen a wave of modernization with new institutions, universities, and industries being established. The city is home to several prestigious institutions including the University of Lucknow, IIM Lucknow, and Babasaheb Bhimrao Ambedkar University among others. So this is Lucknow, a testament to resilience, where cultures, religions, and empires have all left their enduring mark, a legacy that stretches from the Vedic times to the vibrant present, and it continues to endure and thrive. And that's why, for me, even after a decade, I can't forget Lucknow. So what is your favorite thing about Lucknow? Please let me know in the comments. And please let me know what you thought about this video. And please subscribe. Thank you.